Welcome back to the Game Shower, where we like to shower you with gaming news, reviews, and unboxings. And today we're going to be summarizing Kingdom Hearts X. This is going to be the first video installment of the summaries for all Kingdom Hearts games that I'm going to be summarizing for you guys. We're on a countdown right now, guys, and we're looking at 8 days until Kingdom Hearts releases. So I want to use these videos as it's going to be more of an auditory type of video, and I'm going to try to summarize each video as I can. Also keep in mind that the way I'm summarizing these videos, they're going to be more plot based, so if I miss anything, please just comment down below to help each other out. But I'm really going for the plot that's gonna be relevant or help to understand the plot that's going to be going on Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts X, or Chi, is a free online PC mobile game with in-app purchases, which released in Japan July 18, 2013. Somehow, Square Enix made this story in the mobile game relevant to the main plot of Kingdom Hearts. The story starts off with Kairi and her grandmother in Radiant Garden, which, if you played Kingdom Hearts 1, is what Hollow Bastion was. Kairi's grandmother was telling Kairi a story of light and darkness, and here's what the story was about. The time period was known as the Age of Fairy Tales, where it was believed the world was whole and full of light. It was believed that the light came from, you guessed it, Kingdom Hearts, which is the heart of all worlds. There was also Kingdom Hearts' counterpart, which was known as the Keyblade, which is spelled X-Blade for some reason. There was a man who was known as the Master of Masters, who had 5 students known as foretellers who were tasked to protect the light. They received a book called the Book of Prophecy. In this book, there were predictions of future events, with the final passage stating, "On that fated land, a great war shall transpire, darkness will prevail, and the light expire." This later known as the Keyblade War at the Keyblade Graveyard. The 5 students started not to trust each other because Kingdom Hearts. No, seriously guys, for real, seriously? It's because Kingdom Hearts. They began competing for the light of Kingdom Hearts and collecting light known as Lux, believing they would be able to use the Lux to fight back against the darkness to avoid the prediction of the upcoming war from the prophecy. Of course, at the end they failed and the darkness took over and the Keyblade was shattered into 20 pieces. 7 pure lights, remember this is very important, and 13 pure darkness, and the quote-unquote true Kingdom Hearts disappeared. However, according to Kairi's grandmother, the world was restored due to the light found in the heart of children, but was divided into many separate worlds. The battlefield in which the war took place was called, as mentioned earlier, the Keyblade Graveyard due to the fact that the field was covered with Keyblades from the fallen warriors who battled during the Keyblade War. The remaining warriors wanted to protect the world from getting even more messed up than it already was, and became the guardians of the world order. The idea behind this was that the people battled in this war because they wanted to use the Keyblade to take control of Kingdom Hearts for power over light and darkness. Going back to the game plot, in the start of the game, you are the Keyblade wielder who has to choose between 5 unions. Please excuse me if I mispronounce any of these unions. You have Anguirus, Leopardos, Unicornus, Ursua, and Vulpes? I think it's Vulpes. Anyways, afterwards, you fight against Darkside Heartless in Daybreak Town. You are then jumped by a large Heartless and saved by your Foreteller. Foretellers are a group of Keyblade Masters and the master of your union. Your foreteller forces the Heartless into the corridors of darkness and follows it to destroy it. You are then introduced to Charity, who explains to you that you are a Keyblade wielder chosen to fight the darkness to collect light known as Lux. You then go on several missions battling Heartless and collecting Lux as instructed. Your foreteller eventually lets you know that you will need to call for help from others in order to defeat stronger Heartless. Your foreteller later on tells you that there appears to be other Keyblade wielders in other unions who are also collecting Lux for destructive purposes, and it becomes like a competition. You travel to different worlds using lanes between, which is roads path between worlds. After visiting a couple of the worlds like Wonderland, Dwarf Woodland, and Agrabah, Charity tells you about the Master of Masters and how he gave the foretellers each a copy of the Book of Prophecies. Charity also tells you about how the foretellers use hidden powers within the prophecies via cards, and remind you that even though each foreteller's goal is to avoid the war, they all have different motives, whatever that means. After fighting more Heartless, you run into another Keyblade wielder known as Ephemer, who is from a different union. Ephemir wants to explore the foreteller's chamber and you eventually join him even though Charity tells you not to. Typical Kingdom Hearts. Never listening to your friends because, you know, Kingdom Hearts. Even though the game is very friend driven, they pick and choose when the concept of being friends is important. Anyways, moving on. You run into foreteller Ava, who challenges you in order to test your strength. After the battle, foreteller Ava instructs you to go back home because you have sadness in your heart which is causing darkness. You then go on another mission where you meet another Keyblade wielder named Skuld, who is a part of the same union as Ephemir. The two of you then find two foretellers battling and a few Heartless. After the two defeat them, you find the Nightmare Charity, who informs you that the Heartless you have been battling are Keyblade wielders who have been consumed by darkness. You then go back to the foreteller's chamber to figure out what's going on, but are then caught by a mysterious foreteller who kicks your ass. It is then discovered that this was the foreteller Ava, once again beating your ass because you suck. The reason you battle is because the foreteller told you that Ephemir was actually a traitor to his union and has disappeared, but you don't believe the foreteller, so you battle and get your ass beaten. Foreteller Ava tells you that she battled you again in order to test your strength, but this time to see if you were worthy of joining the Dandelions, which is a group of strong Keyblade wielders from each union who avoid darkness. Foreteller Ava assembled the Dandelions in order to train them in a secret location to prepare them to travel to another world as the Keyblade War broke out, so that they can ensure the survival of light and not let darkness take over the world. Skuld joins the Dandelions, but you are unsure and are not able to make the decision to join just yet. You then hear two Keyblade wielders fighting because they were accused of stealing Lux from their union, and then you are forced to battle a foreteller named Acid. Ira, which is another foreteller, comes to stop the battle, and the foreteller Acid claims that he is collecting more Keyblade warriors to prepare for the Keyblade War because, as per Ira, the Keyblade War cannot be avoided, and you are then told to search for foreteller Gula, who was the solution to avoid the Keyblade War. When you finally find the foreteller Gula, he tells you that the only one who can stop the Keyblade War is the Master of Masters, and he disappeared a long time ago with his sixth apprentice, Lusu. Ava eventually tracks down Lusu, who was ordered by the Master to watch the future unfold, and Lusu also ends up telling Ava that the traitor actually was ... Ava is outraged and battles Lusu, and a ring from the clock bell sounds, which signals the start of the Keyblade War. Of course, after all this time, the Keyblade War was not avoided, which we already knew anyways. You and Skuld avoid the war and run into Nightmare Charity, who summons a Heartless to battle you. You battle this Heartless, and for some reason you defeat the Nightmare Charity, who dissolves into darkness but tells you, "We will meet again." Fast forward towards the ending, the Keyblade War has begun and you battle 4 foretellers but collapse in exhaustion. The war ends and this battlefield filled with Keyblades is then named the Keyblade Graveyard. You then wake up. Yes, you heard me right. You then wake up. When you wake up, Charity tells you that the events of the Keyblade War was a dream you had ever since you turned down foreteller Ava's offer to join the Dandelions. You then rest on a wall of thorns, and on the other side is Maleficent, who wants to conquer the world and is confident that Sora and friends cannot stop her because she's just that badass. Ha! Bitch just don't know. She just don't know. Moving on to the conclusion of this video. Xehanort, a Keyblade master, becomes fascinated with the idea of being able to control Kingdom Hearts, but believed that if he was able to take control of Kingdom Hearts, people will be able to live in a world where light and darkness coexisted equally. He believed that by creating a Keyblade, he would be able to control Kingdom Hearts. Xehanort discussed his plan with Ericus, who was one of Master Xehanort's former students. Ericus, believing that Xehanort was taken over by darkness, tries to stop him. Fast forward a couple years later, Xehanort is attempting to forge the Keyblade by mixing hearts of pure light and pure darkness. Xehanort then uses his power to remove the darkness from one of his pupils, Ventus, creating Vanitas, which was pure darkness. This process took a toll on Ventus, so Xehanort leaves him with Master Ericus with the hopes that training under Ericus, the light in Ventus will eventually become strong enough to have Ventus battle Vanitas. The idea behind this is that Ventus, pure light, versus Vanitas, pure darkness, will forge the Keyblade, and Xehanort will be able to forge the Keyblade and take control of Kingdom Hearts. And so we move on to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. And that was today's videos, guys. That was a quick summary on Kingdom Hearts X. Keep in mind that I was not going to go in depth and explain every little thing because we just simply do not have enough time. Also, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for actually watching, or rather should I say hearing, this auditory video that I made summarizing Kingdom Hearts X. Stay tuned for my next video as I will be summarizing next Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Again guys, thank you for watching, and also keep in mind that I will be summarizing each Kingdom Hearts games as we go. If you like this video or auditory video, please like and subscribe because it really does help the channel. Click on the icon that's going to appear right there, or when this video becomes available, click on the right to go on to the next summary of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Stay tuned guys, and thank you for watching.